could have done worse to him. It was it's right on him. Like it could have gouged his eyes out if he wanted to.
I guess cookies are more delicious than ice.
Yeah.
To a monkey.
Yeah.
Maybe not to you or I.
I think a monkey that's got a belly full of cookies would be pretty delicious to me. Seems like something
you're gonna eat the monkey.
Well, something you could have done, just to show him what's what. But
and it would show all the other monkeys who's really the boss.
Who's boss?
You show up,
that
you
could
take
go
out the
either way,
biggest
though.
monkey.
What if they just band together and all of a sudden we were outnumbered?
But what if you kill that monkey and you hold them up as an example and you look at them and you say, "This was you if you mess with me." And then next thing you know, Derek, you're like King Louie, you're king of the monkeys.
Well, I think you better hope that you kill the alpha then.
Yeah. If you killed the alpha's wife, you might be in a lot more trouble.
I think the tour guide might have an issue with this going on. That might scare the children.
Derek shows up in Gibraltar, and next thing you know, he's king of the monkeys.
You tell the tour guide, bring no one else to these caves. These are my caves.
These caves
now.
are mine now.
While you were there, though, and getting back to the burger, I hear you had a very good burger out of a vending machine.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was a very good burger.
No, I think you got some meat sweats.
It could have been a lot of things that led to the illness of... That was Amsterdam, though. It was...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, burger out of a vending machine, though. The two Kevins got the €1 burger. I decided to treat myself and get the €2 burger.
The 2-year-old burger?
Euro.
Oh,
price.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
And I don't know, it seemed legit. That day we had Bailey's that had traveled with us in our bag that was already open, so it's that could have done us in.
Should stay cool.
We had found these weird caffeine pills and didn't read the instructions properly.
Were they the ones with roosters on them?
No, I don't remember. It was green.
I took those rooster pills one time, and after a few hours, I was still awake. I was physically very awake, but I was a vegetable.
I was shaking.
You took rooster pills?
There was a little pack of caffeine pills, and they had a rooster on them, like cock-a-doodle-doo, wake up.
Yeah.
And I had to stay up for 2 days. I had all these projects that piled up, and they were all due around the same time. And I was catatonic by the end. I was trying to finish writing a story, and a friend came by and was like, Seba, you all right? I was like, oh, yeah, man. I've just been up for 2 days trying to write this story. And he sort of read the last couple of sentences I wrote, and they didn't make sense. He was like, all right, I'm going to lend you a hand here. And I just sort of sat back and, in a fever dream, because I've been up for 2 days. I tell him this crazy space opera story and have him write it down for me. And then I read it over and was like, oh, you're a terrible writer. This isn't the story I told you. I have no time. I'm handing it in.
It's not nice.
Well, no, he was very helpful, but I just didn't like his style of writing.
You should have just swallowed that one, though. You should have just been grateful.
I was not in my right mind, as I already explained, Derek.
That's true.
Just ready to judge and critique. Should we critique these burgers?
Yeah, speaking of judging, critiquing, Derek, what are your thoughts on the burger? You can walk yourself through the thoughts if you want.
I was pleased. I was pleased with the meal as a whole. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been open for over 100 years, so it's not for nothing, right?
You know what they say: location, location, location.
I can't believe I didn't know that place was there. It's right next to Club Soda.
Yeah. It's been there the whole time, Derek.
What, is it like a 24-hour joint? No, probably not.
I think for a while they were.
It's probably open
they're
late, though.
Probably open very late. I wouldn't be surprised if they're
You
open
think
till
they would have
4.
had more photos of musicians and stuff in there?
I guess.
Even
maybe
comedians, because Just for Laughs, there's a lot of things that
yeah,
go
you'd
on.
think, but I don't know. I feel like one, they don't care who comes in, and two, when they're busy at 3 a.m. and Gilbert Gottfried's coming through, are they really grabbing a camera?
Oh God, Gilbert Gottfried at 3 a.m.
Gilbert Gottfried at 3 a.m. sounds a lot better than waking up to Gilbert Gottfried at 10 a.m.
Well, not if you're trying to. What if you just want to go to sleep and you're just sitting in there? The lights are already too bright, and then you hear him come in and out loud decide what he wants to order.
I mean, he'd be for once in his life, he'd be squinting appropriately if the lights were too bright. But But
he's a comedian. You know how messed up he would be at 3 a.m?
Probably be pretty messed up.
He'd probably start doing a bit.
Oh man!
I feel like,
and those guys are so foreign they would not. They wouldn't.
That's true. I feel like he wouldn't do a bit. Like he doesn't give a shit.
Well, he just kind of is the bit. It's his voice. It's
Yeah,
his whole way of being.
To an extent.
I hope it's like a double build. I hope it's Gilbert Godfrey and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, boy.
Both of them at 3 a.m.
Bobcat also. That is very much a character.
It is. I mean, he doesn't do that anymore. I don't even think. But I would like to imagine
he has
that's
abandoned
the
that.
80s Goldthwait walks in.
So how'd you like that burger, Derek?
It was good. Do I have to rate it?
Yeah, let's go for a 1 to 10, but
A 1 to 10?
1 to 10 scale. There are 0.5s, no 0.25s. If you need to think about it, I'll explain a little further, and then we'll go through our answers.
I'll pass the mic, I guess, and then I'll think about mine.
So
1 to 10.
I'll explain the 1 to 10 scale for you, Derek.
Okay.
A 1 is a poison burger.
Well, so
There's
what
nothing lower than a 1. 5 is fine. It's just fine. 10
Best
is
burger of my life.
$100 burger. You know, like when you feel like $1 million, you don't have $1 million. The burger doesn't have to cost $100, but it feels like $100 burger. 7, thus, is a good burger between fine and 100, and you know you can figure out the rest of the numbers on your own. Matthew, what are your thoughts on this burger?
Oh, I just woke up.
Oh, how you doing? You're dressed. You're wearing too much clothes. You're too warm.
Yeah, man.
You're too comfortable. You're cozy. You're dozing off.
Well, let's just say I wanted to make it more of a point. It's like I don't want to hear these ratings ever again. I
know.
It's,
but it's good. It's good to keep
refresh,
it fresh,
huh?
refresh for you, man.
Well, we're not keeping it fresh. We're just rehashing.
Oh, you've told people your rating system before, I guess.
Yes,
18 times now.
Matthew's not quite, but Matthew's.
I guess
pretty
I should just start
frustrated.
listening to the whole podcast when I do.
Maybe.
My commute is only about 35 minutes, so.
So you go to work, you go back, you've listened to a whole episode. See you again next Wednesday, Derek.
What about internet reception? Is that necessary?
Just download the thing on your. I feel like we'll get into
people
this.
don't have space on their iPhones anymore.
You don't need much space. Well, we were talking just earlier about how small we make these file sizes for your convenience, for your quick downloading and small space taking on your phone. For anyone who's listening and has an iPhone, like you, Derek, there's a podcast app. You go on that podcast app, you press the little magnifying glass for search. You type in Cadeau, Cadeau. By the time you're done that word, we're probably the first one on the list, Cadeau and Janko Wednesday's Lunch. Click it, subscribe. The new episode will appear on your phone every Wednesday. And all you got to do is open up and listen in.
I also read while I walk, so that's...
Well, it doesn't benefit me. Doesn't benefit us.
Oh, yeah,
really,
look at this phone.
Really, Derek, it doesn't benefit you because
Matthew
you're going to walk into something.
Sliding. No, I haven't walked into anyone yet.
Derek,
People just avoid you.
I feel like you are so injury prone, Derek, that you will get hurt. You'll like fall off a cliff while reading a book.
Break my ankle falling off a curb.
How many things of yourself have you broken?
None. I dislocated my thumb a few years ago.
Yeah.
I've dislocated my knee a few times, but nothing broken.
What else did you ruin on your knees?
My MCL and my meniscus on both of them.
Okay, so you've broken tendons.
They're partially torn, yeah.
Yeah, all right. What about how they had to break your face?
Oh, well, that was different.
Doctors broke your face so you'd have a normal face.
Yeah.
What was that, Derek? You had an underbite or something? They had to break your face to put it back together like a normal man?
Yeah. So I didn't lose my teeth. My 4 front teeth would have just worn down to hardly anything. Because of my overbite. I was like that.
Right now you have very straight teeth, though, so I feel like it was worth it.
Costly, yeah. It's time consuming.
They did a good job.
I had adult braces. Got them at the age of 23 until I was 26 or 27.
Yeah, that was you did, yeah. But
27
they
with
weren't
braces.
that bad, man. They weren't that bad.
You wouldn't have to wear them. Man, you know how much I love corn on the cob?
Oh, it doesn't stop you from eating corn on the cob.
It didn't, but it takes all the pleasure out of it.
Because you just gotta pick the corn through the braces after.
And now with braces, they put these bars behind your teeth, so it's still not even the same corn on the cob. It's
it's just not
just
obvious
stuck
that you're
behind my
wearing
teeth
braces
instead of
anymore.
front, yeah.
Interesting. So I would rate this burger maybe I want to say a 6.
Yeah, I give it 6.5.
It's a good burger. The bun was nice.
Yeah.
Sesame seeds, a little toasted. They didn't skimp on the fillings, tomatoes, pickles, coleslaw, relish, onions, mustard, cheese. And it was a good hefty burger. Each bite was a pretty satisfying bite. It's not blowing my socks off.
Yeah.
It's like you were saying you were expecting a Lafleur or a Belle Province burger. It wasn't as bad as that. It was much better than that.
But you go there, you're going to get steamies. That place is for steamies.
That's true. But sometimes you feel like having something a little more substantial.
Or
that's
you
a burger.
just do like we did and have everything.
That's true. Matthew, what'd you think of your burger?
Oh, I don't want to get into it.
The whole point of the show.
It's personal.
It's personal.
No, it was fine. It was good. It was a 5 for me.
Oh, so just adequate.
Just adequate. It passed.
I did dress your burger for you.
Yeah, you did. But I don't know if I would have done anything differently.
You really would have just not put the tomatoes.
Yeah, I would have had less, and I just picked it out anyway, so it was fine.
And honestly, Derek, you were saying 6.5. I think if I had those extra pickles that you had in your burger, I might have gone up to 6.5.
That extra dill.
Because I enjoyed very much so the pickles that were in my burger, but there weren't enough of them.
Too. It was good.
They were thin, but they had a really good taste to them that really changed.
I put the extra pickles
flavor
over the
burger.
patty, and then the other pickles were under the patty.
Oh man,
double crunch.
Oh yeah. So Montreal Pool Room, I think we enjoyed it quite a bit actually for a pretty moderate rating.
Yeah,
because of the other things.
The poutine was good,
and even like the setting, it kind of. It's not where I'm going to go for a burger every day at lunch. But it's nice because it is this, like...
It's my kind of greasy spoon.
Yeah, it's this, like, a crappy old place.
Yeah.
It's been there for a long time. And it's kind of dirty and run down. And you know that the guys working there have probably been there for, like, 20 years.
Yeah.
One of those guys, I feel like he's been there for, like, 8 years and he's still the new guy.
I feel like it was a mom and pop's place to begin with. And it was given to, like, the children. Like, it's been open for 100 years.
Yes.
People aren't going to apply at that place. You saw the age of them.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like it's a family-run business, I feel.
Very much so. Very much so.
Handed down through generations and just not given a choice but to work there.
Slave run.
Basically,
it's
like you're taking...
Not slave run. It's just, all the choice in your life has been taken away from you at birth.
Well, all the children... Okay, yes, all the children are born into slavery.
It's not slavery. You're getting paid.
Slaves got paid too.
Probably not getting paid awesomely though.
You just don't get paid very well.
Well, I mean, if it's in the family, maybe you own the place, so you are getting paid pretty decent.
No, you're probably if you're like 16 and working there, you're on an allowance.
Oh yeah, yeah. Little child
like they're
labor.
giving you minimum wage probably. You have to learn the value of $1. Then one day you inherit the restaurant, and then you work 80 hours a week.
Do you think once you're working for minimum wage making hot dogs, you learn the value of $1, but do you think you also learn the value of a hot dog? It's about $1, but
less wholesale.
Do you mean like their markup on their hot dog, like how much they make per hot dog?
No, like what a hot dog means.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like the profit margin on a hot dog.
I would assume they get to know that as well.
Eventually, the better.
Yeah.
What do you think the profit margin is on a hot dog?
Oh, I'm sure it's fantastic.
I've bought a pack of 60 hot dogs for $8.
Whoa!
So it really can't be
60 for $8.
They were in the Leicester. They were in the Leicester wrapper, so for sure they're Leicester hot dogs.
Yeah. That's
so
a good point.
We could actually figure this out if we put our time into it.
Time. I don't know if we have that.
All right, well, let's just assume that all hot dogs are created equal. They're not, but we mean like the regular ones. Like you can buy Snoop Dogg's footlongs. Those exist. That's a real thing.
Where?
I think in the States. I haven't seen them in Canada, but Snoop Dogg put his name on.
I feel like that's the kind of thing you'd have at like a Pittsburgh Steelers stadium.
Yeah.
Like the Steelers fan, they got the Snoop Dogg.
You get the Snoop Dogg footlong.
Yeah.
What does Snoop Dogg not put his name on?
I mean, I've also heard that he was legitimately a pimp for a while.
Well, I guess that would be back like
Yeah, before his hip hop career.
He's not very physically imposing, so
No, he's tall.
yeah.
If you wear a big enough fur coat,
I guess if you're strapped,
that's also key, I suppose.
Compton, right?